Hi everyone, Coach Graber here. This video is over creating linear equations. So right here we have 2 points on the coordinate plane and we're finding a line that goes through these 2 points. I'm going to do most of the work in Desmos to make the work as easy as possible. But first thing I have to do is find what these 2 points are. So this point here, the x value is right here, which is 5. And the y value is the up and down number, which is -2. This one over here, the x value is -5. And the y value is 3. All right, so I'm going to go to Desmos and plug these points in. So we have -5, 3, and we have 5, -2. All right, so a linear equation has the format of y is equal to mx plus b. So we have to find the slope and the y-intercept. Now, the slope we can find in two formats. We can either count it, just make sure that each box is actually 1 unit on the graph, or we can use the formula. So if I'm counting it, I'll go ahead and draw a little right triangle here. See, my rise is, that's rise over run. So the slope is rise over run. Which is the y's over the x's. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if I'm counting it out, the rise is going down 5. So it's -5 over the run is 10. So if I'm counting it out, then I know that it's -5 over 10. Which I can simplify here in the Desmos calculator. -5 divided by 10. Turn on the fraction button is -1/2. Or I can use the formula. Let me switch pen colors for that. So if I'm using the formula, it's going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The y's are -2 minus 3 over x minus x, which is 5 minus -5. And then type that one into Desmos here. So -2 minus 3 over 5 minus -5. I do fraction mode, get the same answer, -1/2. Okay, so the slope goes in for the m. So our equation is now y is equal to negative 1 half x plus b. And we have to find what b is. So to find b, we take either point and plug it in for x and y. So let's say I take this point here, put these numbers in for x and y. Make sure you put them in the right place. So negative 2 is the y. So we have negative 2 is equal to, keep the slope in, and put the x, which is 5, in for x. And have to use an algebra to find b. So our first step for the algebra is to multiply negative 1 half times 5. So negative 1 half times 5, put it in fraction mode, is negative 5 halves. I'm going to bring that down. So negative 2 is equal to negative 5 halves plus b. So these two multiply to become this. Then to get b by itself, we have to add 5 halves to both sides. So I'll type this in. Now we'll do negative 2 plus 5 halves. Turn it in fraction mode, starting fraction mode, so it's 1 half. So our final equation then is y is equal to negative 1 half x plus 1 half. Putting this number in place of b, keeping the slope in, this is the answer. You want the entire equation.